Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stoneway and the Seven Does podcast. Last episode, we dove deep on our 7 major chakras, and this episode, I wanted to talk about our aura. So our aura is quite similar to our chakras, where there's 7 basically fields of energetic aura that we give off. Sometimes all of those fields aren't active, or some of them can be torn or have damage to them, and they closely relate to the 7 chakras that we went over in our last episode. So I wanted to basically cover what we are, what it is that this earthly experience is, and obviously that's such a huge question. So in a nutshell, what it is we are energetic beings of light here in a physical form, experiencing a 3D reality for spiritual growth and soul evolution. So we're here to learn, to evolve, to grow, and essentially become better, and not better looking or more people think of us in a better light or something like that. More just we're helping, we're being divinely guided to heal this planet and us. As our body grows and develops with us, it responds to energetic shifts that we transmit and receive each day. So every day when we go out in the world and we experience things, it can have an effect on our soul and us and our mind energetically. And that can be a positive thing or a negative thing. You can get inspired, or you can also get discouraged. You can learn a lesson, or you can also digress. You can go through the same process. Let's say you're learning a lesson on self-worth, and you continue to let someone treat you poorly, but you keep coming back, so you haven't learned the lesson yet, and you're not approaching it from a state of, okay, what can I learn here? How can I better myself? What do I want? What do I crave? And what am I missing? What do I need to get rid of? You could be asking those essential questions for growth, or you could go through the same experience as the same exact experience and just neglect the growth altogether and stay stagnant. That's very plausible. That's very oftentimes that's more so what happens, rather than learning from your experiences and growing. A lot of the times we have a subconscious pattern of creating what we developed in our childhood. So if you have attachment wounds or trauma from your childhood that hasn't been healed, you'll look for relationships that mimic that in your adult life. We went over the 7 major chakras last week, and there are also 7 minor chakras and hundreds of others around the body. Chinese medicine will use those energy points when doing acupuncture and cleansing and healing. They'll locate in the body where you're having stuck energy and remove it. Chakras are energy centers that are located and extended out of the physical body. They're like energetic computers and kind of command centers that tell your organs, your glands, and your tissues what to do. So we went over a deep dive of chakras in our last episode, but they do have a lot to do with our aura. So that's why I just wanted to bring it up. They fluctuate constantly and adjust according to our energy and patterns of our individual personality, emotions, habits, thoughts, actions, and lifestyle. So what you're doing, what you're saying, who you're surrounding yourself with, it all has an effect on you, your chakras, and your aura. And basically what you're willing to give and receive in this world. So just like external stimuli from your environment, relationships have the same effect on you. An example of basically how your energy has an effect on you: if you are very emotionally sound and emotionally healthy, you will be physically healthy, and vice versa. So if you're emotionally stressed all the time, depressed, anxious, have feelings of anger, greed, resentment, that all will manifest into physical illnesses and ailments. And for instance, someone who has been energetically drained for a period of time, they're more susceptible to catching the common cold. And it's because their energetic defenses are basically down. In Chinese medicine, they call this Wei Kui. I think I'm saying that right. I doubt I'm saying it right, but it's WEI space QI. And the doctor will literally prescribe you to go out into the forest and do forest bathing, because earth and our mother nature has healing properties. So even spending 20 minutes outside every single day, it has a huge positive impact on your nervous system and can help you prevent yourself from getting sick and develop cancer, bad things down the road. The aura is basically like an energetic bubble. It's kind of shaped like a balloon or an egg. When our aura is depleted or damaged, you have the risk of leaking energy, forming unhealthy cords with others, or not having a proper filter to dissect the incoming information around us. So let's say I tell someone my goal. They come back at me and they tell me that it's delusional. If my aura isn't healed or healthy, I'm going to believe them. I know that my soul knows that this is my goal, this is my purpose, this is my path, this is my passion, this is what I'm meant to do. But if I don't have that capability of listening to my soul and listening to the divine or what's within me, then they're going to get to me and I'm not going to do it. Energy of love is one of the strongest tools for boosting our aura field. So walking, talking, acting, and living through love is such a strong, powerful, magnetic force. Giving and receiving love is so beautiful, and when you're in that energy, it's just palpable, and people around you can feel that, and it's truly a healing, beautiful thing. So you have to give yourself love first in order to receive it. And even when you're in love, you can oftentimes also fall for the wrong person or whatever else. So you need to be able to have strong boundaries and a strong self-worth, meaning all of your chakras are balanced and your aura field is strong in order to build these healthy, lasting connections. And it starts with yourself first. So your relationship with yourself, like how you're willing to treat yourself is how you're willing to treat others, and vice versa. You're willing to take that from others as well. So you need to treat yourself like the queen, the princess, the king, whatever that you deserve to be. And that is the energy others in your life will show up as. Because it's what you're willing to accept. Like, you know, if someone comes into your life and they're not correct, but you still allow them to be in your life, that is more of a say on you than that. Aura is similar to our chakras, expanding when happy and joyful and contrasting when sad or fearful. Aura becomes vibrant when we introduce simple practices like meditation, breath work, exercise, getting natural sunlight, eating organic foods, sleeping well, connecting with nature, keeping thoughts and vibes high. When our aura is weak, we're more prone to illnesses and unconsciously uninvited energetic intrusions by external energies. Things that can affect your aura negatively are low vibe music or words, heavier emotions, prolonged stress, inorganic foods or substances, excessive use of technology, exposure to electric and magnetic fields, poor sleep, sedentary lifestyle, and alcohol and drug use. Also, disconnection from nature. And just like the chakras, as I said, there's 7 layers of your aura field. So the first layer is the etheric layer, and that's the one that touches like our skin body. The chakra that it's related to is our root chakra, and it has to do with our physical experiences, our physical health, and our wellness. The second aura layer is the emotional layer, and it's related to our sacral chakra, and it has to do with our emotional energy and how we feel about everything we're experiencing in our world. The third is the mental layer, correlating to our solar plexus chakra, right above our belly button. And this is how we think about everything happening in our physical reality. The fourth aura layer is the astral layer, related to your heart chakra. And this has to do with the energy of love. Oftentimes, it's also known to be the energy of our soul that travels when we're dreaming. The fifth layer is the etheric template, and it has to do with your throat chakra. And this is basically your blueprint of our health and our design of our physical body. The sixth is the celestial layer, and it has to do with your third eye chakra. And this is how our spirit feels about what's happening emotionally. The seventh layer has to do with your crown chakra, and it is the outermost layer of our aura field. It's called the casual layer, or also it's referred to the Ketheric layer. And this is our spirit's thoughts and contemplation about what it's experiencing. So the sixth is about our soul, and the seventh is about basically the divine communicating with us. So if you don't have faith in the divine, obviously your seventh one's not there, or it has damages or tears or whatever, but this communication will help you and lead you in the right direction. And same with your souls. If you're not communicating with your soul, then you might be grounded in your root chakra and your earthly security, like you have a good job that's bringing in stable income and things like that, but your soul isn't fed and it's not ignited, so you're not your true authentic self. Essentially, you're not also living up to your full potential and what your plan is here on earth, what your path is, what you're meant to do, how you're meant to grow. You're basically not learning the lesson you're meant to. The first three have to do with more of your physical realm, and your fourth aura layer is what connects it all. And then your outer three are more in the spiritual realm. It's just a little bit more foo-foo. Turning the practices of that I mentioned earlier of meditation, breathwork, exercise, getting natural sunlight, eating organic foods, sleeping well, connecting with nature, and keeping your thoughts and vibes high, it's an act of self-love. And the other ones that I mentioned that can hurt your aura, it's an act of basically self-sabotage. Your body is on a time clock. Energetically, it's on a time clock. It's meant to sleep with the sun and wake with the sun and have those 8 hours of sleep, if not 8 to 10 hours of sleep, to rejuvenate itself. And even if you're up from the hours of 10 to 4 a.m. for 2 hours twice a week, it can increase your likelihood of getting cancer and other illnesses a ton. And when you're on a path of self-help and wellness, you want to be doing what's best for your body and you, because you obviously want the best for you and you want to follow your divine path. You want to listen, you want to be guided and trust and feel good all the time and joyful and happy and playful and enjoy your life. Like, who doesn't want to enjoy their life? And to do that, you have to take care of yourself. You have to feed yourself right and put the right information into your mind and nourish yourself and love yourself. So doing those little things and making it less of a practice and more of a routine, it is an act of self-love. I've talked about it before where there's three energies of Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas in the world. And Sattva is the energy of clairvoyance and peace. And that energy is most potent from the hours of 4 to 6 a.m. So if you're sleeping through those hours, you don't really know, you don't really feel that energy as potently. But if you are awake and you let yourself slowly rise and let the day slowly come at you, instead of waking up in a Rajas, a more energetic go energy, you lose your control, you give it away. So take your control back and prioritize yourself and your boundaries and your needs and your wants and basically your soul and also the divine. Self-expression is also a form of self-love. Doing what you love is a form of self-love. Being yourself, it's a form of self-love. I want to end this episode by talking about somatics. So somatics is a branch of physics that is studied by many scientists, and it is basically where they put a metal plate of sand or of water and they emit a certain tone, like a healing frequency, and that sand or water depicts the tone, and it starts to create symmetrical geometric figures from the tone. So if you know that information, you know that sound has an impact on just sand and water, and your body is made up of 60% of water. Imagine what a tone can do in healing you or also hurting you. Sound healing, light therapy, working with energetic objects like crystals and things like that. It can all be helpful in your energy healing, and it's fun. It's it's a good time. It feels good to feel good. It feels good to pour into your own cup and water your own grass. And once your grass is watered and you've got this lushful garden, you can start picking the flowers and giving them to other people. And you can start making the world a better place, a brighter place, giving back and doing things from your soul. And when you do things from your soul, I promise you that you are just going to be better off. You are going to be better off physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, energetically. All around, you're going to be a better, brighter person. I'm here on this journey every day. I have ups and I have downs, and I learn and I grow and I take setbacks and I take multiple steps forward. It's not linear. It's layers to a healing journey and to an energetic healing journey as well. But it is so worth it, and it is so liberating. It's like the true meaning of having a free spirit. I have had nothing but positive feedback from what I have done so far with my YouTube channel, my podcast, and it literally means the world to me. You guys have no idea how happy that makes me feel, and it just confirms that I'm on the right path and doing exactly what I'm meant to do. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Snow White and the Seven Does podcast. I truly appreciate you. You are such a light in the world, and the light in me wholeheartedly sees the light in all of you. I love you, and I'll see you soon.